Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, draft analysis, deep dive, Jake Fromm, Georgia. I'm fired up for this one. We're doing basically every meaningful play from the SEC championship game. Yeah, great opponent. Yeah, it didn't go their way at Georgia, but I think there's a lot to learn from, a lot to really like about Fromm, a lot to work on. It's going to be fascinating to see where he goes in the draft. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this film. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the QB School. All right, if you love this content and you haven't already, please think about subscribing to the channel, hit the bell, get the notifications when we go live, when we put out more content. I really appreciate the support for the channel. All right, so as usual with these draft analysis videos, I'm going from the vantage point of I want basically a full game. So yes, it's only one game. Yes, I get that, but I think it helps build context. It's not one-off highlights. It's every meaningful throw, play from this game. And yes, it didn't go Georgia's way, but I think that it's really valuable for a number of different reasons. One, it's LSU. It's basically an NFL defense, some great players on their perimeter. And so it really challenged the Georgia offense and Fromm on a number of different ways. And so there's a lot to learn from. Yes, they get down, but you get to see the competitive, the fight, the spirit, all those things that you want to see from a quarterback, a competitor. Lots to really, really like. But it's only one game, okay? So it's not comprehensive of his entire career, but I think that there's a lot to learn from. Next thing I want to talk about, just so happened that this will be the second draft analysis video we've done with Herbert last week with someone who is a ball flipper. Okay, so what I mean by that is they get the ball, shotgun snap, whatever, and they're flipping the ball, trying to find the laces. Now, the reason that you don't want to do this is there's a handful of reasons. One of them is it's just wasted motion. It's not fluid. There's all sorts of things that can go wrong every single time as opposed to just catching it, getting it lined up quickly, and going. It's just wasted motion. So you never want to see that in anything, whether it's your shooting technique, your golf swing, your hitting, your pitching, your windup. You don't want any sort of wasted motion. And so with Fromm, it happens a lot. In fact, it happens so much, it happens to the point where I've never even seen what I like to call basically a double flipper, where he'll flip it one way and then be like, nah, and flip it back the other way. It's almost like a Rubik's Cube. I mean, it really is. I've never seen someone flip the ball one way, then flip the ball back the other way. It was really pretty unique, and it's something that I'm sure they're going to fix immediately when you get into the league. But I had never seen anyone do it, and it happens every play. Up, down, around, up, down, around. And so, it's just one little thing. It's not going to be kind of the barrier to entry into the league, but it's just one thing to watch and something that you'll see evolve really quickly in his game to make him even more efficient. Because I think I probably expected him to be a little bit more accurate. Like, yes, I know it's a very good defense. Yes, I know he was accurate through the whole course of his career, but this wasn't accurate in this game. So we'll dive into the nuance, the details, the footwork, the technique, but I really wanted to take a second to just explain the ball flipping and really something that I'd never seen before in a quarterback. All right, Jake Fromm, SEC championship game. Not the easiest defense to face, but a good film for us to look at for a handful of different reasons. Not the closest game in the world, but I love the first play. Come out, take a shot, drop an absolute dime. Gotta be caught. Gotta be caught. Give yourself a chance. And we're going to talk all about his footwork all day. To me, you get a little heel clicky there at the top of the drop. Watch this. Just sink all your feet. Come up. Still, feet get a little bit close together, but that's still a great ball. Nice read. Post alert versus quarters. So just so we're all on the same page here, quarters-wise, we got 4 on the back end, right across the field playing quarters. And if you're watching this guy right here, if he hesitates at all, you're going to come back and throw this post right over the top. Exactly what they want. First play of the SEC championship. Doesn't get better than that. You know you're going to have to score touchdowns to beat LSU. You got him on the baseball turn. Throws a little bit inside. It's not right on his line, but that's got to be caught. And in reality, it probably should be a touchdown. And that's just a brutal miss right out the gate and really foreshadowing for the entire day. But from the quarterback position, and just by the luck of the draw here a little bit, we get 2 ball flippers back-to-back weeks. Not too bad right there. There you go. You see it a little. He's actually, I'll talk about it later in the video, but I really think it does impact his accuracy a little bit. Now, that ball needs to be caught. It's a great throw. I love his body language there at the back end. Watch him. He's a competitor. All those things come across on film. I think they really resonate. I think people like seeing that in their quarterback. And he's definitely got a bunch of intangibles, body language, influence in and out of the huddle. Been doing it at a high level for Georgia for a really long time. Here we go. Come out, just a little RPO bubble screen up top. Again, the accuracy is not perfect. Down a little bit, but still good enough to get on the edge. Again, I don't think arm strength is necessarily his strength, but he seems to be able to make just about every throw that he tries. Again, that ball sinking on me a little bit. But again, not the easiest throw in the world. Bubble to a right for a right-handed quarterback. First 2 plays of the game, 2 good throws, but now we're in 3rd and long. Not a great spot to be against this defense. Sure looks like 2-man. Middle field open. 2-man. Again, and now this is a combination of LSU just being better. There's nobody open. Where are you supposed to throw the ball? There's no way to throw the ball. Now, you would love to be a little bit more athletic on the back end to be able to make this guy miss, but you get a free runner because the offensive line takes an L. I want to say at center. I think we get a penalty here too. I think we get a little game here on the offensive line's left, our right. Just a little twist, 90-35. Center's not going to be able to come off. A little late. 35 is actually a little passive going through the hole there. You'd love to see him just hit that thing hard. But again, he's locked on that receiver. Now, to me, this is the first of many issues that I have with a bunch of stuff they do offensively at Georgia, and I know they've made a change since the end of the season. Again, we're flipping the ball. We're double flipping the ball. Now, this is a new one for me. I've never seen someone actually double flip the ball. By that, I mean flip it down, then flip it, or flip it up, then flip it down. It's just it's worth a rewatch for me. Like, I almost want to get a TV copy just to be able to down, up. Bizarre. Rubik's Cube. Get a face mask right there. But for me, back to the thing about the concepts that Georgia's doing here. These are just dated. You got seven guys in the blocking. No checkdowns, nowhere to go. That's a tough place to be successful versus 2-man. You're just running sticks routes or stops. So you get a free first down with the face mask. Come back. Again, this is the first of many not good throws, in my opinion. This is the nicest way I can put it. Now, people who know me, watch the channel, will know that this is the famous never in history ball. Never in the history of football has a ball been caught out of bounds. You have to throw it in bounds. You just have to. You can't miss the deep throws out of bounds. You can't. Now, I know later in this game he throws a pick on a similar throw because he actually throws it inbounds. But I feel like at least 3 of these throws during this game went out of bounds on the white. And this is on the quarterback. There's no extension about it. Yes, you'd love to see the wide receiver gap them, stack them, and give you a great line to throw on. But you can't throw the ball out of bounds. Again, we're flipping the ball. Rubik's Cube in that thing back there. His eyes are all over the place on the white. And that's a win. It's not a bad ball if it was in bounds. That's the thing that is just, it's really hard to do to the left for a quarterback because that ball's spinning right to left and it usually fades back into the right. It's just, and it happens a bunch in this game. Wow, a lot. And I know this is a very good defense, but this Georgia, they got some dudes too. Now this is another just rough throw. This is a great middle field open beater. Running a post down here, right down the tracks of the hash down here at the bottom of the screen. I think Fromm gets himself in a little bit of trouble here with anticipation, with his footwork. From the back end, for me, I would just love to see his drop just smooth and even out. One, takes kind of a hop, and then kind of it's like a 3, it's a 5-step drop, but really it's a 3 and like a half right there at the back. And it just doesn't feel like it times out correctly with these things because that's a touchdown. This is a wide open touchdown. You don't get these type of looks in big games twice in the first series or twice in the first 2 series very often. What I mean by that is you're going to come out here, we're going to have middle field open. We're going to have a straight up post right to the middle of the field. No reroute, no anything by these guys underneath. This is just free runner screaming. This is like routes on air to the house for a touchdown in the SEC championship game versus the number 1 team in the country. Can't miss it. You just can't. And this is a drive throw down the field. To me, it looked like it came off his arm a little low and to the right as far as arm angle. And that's a drop. And it's unfortunate. You know, the first one is dropped by the wide receiver, but neither of the throws are perfect. This throw is a miss, though. Again, double ball flip, Rubik's Cube, whoop, whoop. Toesy, you know, he's up on his toes right there for me. It's really hard to be successful. Stepping, looks like to the left, almost in the bucket. Arm angle comes out, you know. Let's see if I can slow it down. I mean, it's not as over the top as I think he consistently is. The thing just dies on him. Watch his body language. He knows it right from the start. He's trying to help that sucker in, and that's a drop. That's a bummer. Jeez. So now we're back at the next series. 2nd and long. Didn't put in every single run, although I did put a few in there. Just come back, miss a few throws, come out, just get a completion. I love it. Again, the footwork for me, you know, you never know exactly what they're teaching in the room, but for me, this is just a little sloppy. Like it's a step back, but then a quick shuffle. You know, the moving, like it's just not tethered to the concept down the field. And now that could be a system thing, or that could be a Fromm thing. But I mean, he's been there for a long time. You would think that these would be a lot cleaner at this point of his career. Now, it's a nice, accurate throw, but if you can't throw flat, we got serious issues. 2nd and long, middle field closed, zone, easy to see, 3-by-1. Come out, ripping out. Looks like holding down here at the bottom of the screen. 24. See the footwork. 1, 2, 3. Kind of, you know, to me, these speed outs, you never, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not in the Georgia quarterback room, but most speed outs are 3 no hitch. This is, to me, it almost looks like he gets a catch shuffle and then a 3 and then like a tight hitch. It's not 3 no hitch. It's like 3 and a reset. And it just feels a little late. He's throwing that thing way out on the sideline. Yes, the guy was grabbed, but even if he catches it, I'm not sure he can catch it. Throw that thing out of bounds. Again, it just doesn't look in sync to me. Like that little pause at the top. Flipping the ball, pause, throw. You don't usually pause like that to throw any sort of timing out route, any sort of timing route. So again, to me, it just looks, everything is just a little out of sorts. Now, granted, I know this is only one game against the best team in the country, but there were plays to be made so far, and it just doesn't look like you would expect it would for a guy coming out early. Now that looks really nice at the back end of this drop. 5-step. This is 3rd and way long, and we just miss a sail. This thing is wide open. You know, whether he's not stepping through it, whether thinks he's getting pressure coming at him. You know, there's definitely someone at his feet. I'll talk again about the system. I have major issues with the running back here. But this is a throw you have to make. I mean, this is wide open. Jeez. You know, this is just a nice little, basically like a little sail route, deep out, and they come up and run a hook or a hitch, and just a clear on the outside. And this thing is wide open. You can lay this thing out there. You could punt this thing out there. 3rd and 10. It doesn't get better than this, scheming it up. Pass protection's good enough. Just skymail that thing. Now from the back end, and this is, you know, I'm not gonna pick on Georgia's offense, but I am going to point out things that I just disagree with that make life harder on the quarterback. And when you're pass proing, so the offensive line is sliding to their left or right, all the way out to 3, they do a nice job picking up that little twist with 18 and 90. But when the back comes up to block 8, you got to blunt him. If you go chop him like that, I'm telling you, it impacts the quarterback. Now, it impacts him when he falls on his knee, but you feel color like that. I'm not saying that, you know, you still got to make this throw. There's no excuse about it. But I'm just not a fan of running backs cutting linebackers coming from depth. You can't even do it at certain levels of football anymore. But to me, the running back's got to go up there and you got to eat that thing in the face if you can't blunt him. But that's a significant miss. Now we're missing a bunch of throws. And this is someone who's got a reputation for being pretty accurate for a long time. That's a bad miss on 3rd and 10 though. Again, this little tear motion. We know it's man. Love the pocket presence here. Just a little subtle kind of Movement to his left. Really nice ball. Again, not there, not forcing it, making a good decision, but also being accurate. That's the thing that we haven't seen so far. Again, Rubik's Cube, the ball. Whoop, whoop. Great movement right there. Quick little shoulder shrug. Whoop. Move, move. Keep your eyes down the field and throw it across yourself almost. Drop the arm angle down. Looks like he's playing a little shortstop right there. Turning 2 right there from second base around the runner. Whoop. Right on the stride. Love that wide receiver not to jump to catch it. But that's a nice play. But we got to start putting nice plays back to back. Now, I know it's LSU, but we can't keep having these issue plays. So now we're running just a quick tunnel screen down here to the bottom. You know, whatever you want to call it, wide receiver quick screen. Now, how they're blocking this at left tackle, either way, it's on the quarterback. The quarterback is responsible for getting it up and down to the screen receiver on just about every screen. Now, it would help if you could slingshot that defensive end by him, or at least influence him, or at least put your hands on him so he can't run up the field and dunk it in your face. I'm talking about 18 in the left tackle here. You know, that's almost too easy. But again, to me, he's hesitating. It doesn't look clean. Watch him catch, hesitate, and then it's all over. You got to be bailing. You got to be able to create an angle where you can get that throw off if you're playing quarterback. I don't care if you have to hand grenade it over his head. You got to be able to get that throw off because it's going to be a massive play. Again, scheme issues here for me. It's not just on him, but this is, well, let's go back and look at the down and distance. It is 3rd and 9. LSU is up 7. We're going to have to score touchdowns to win. I don't think anybody disagreed with this at this point. And got the ball on the 37, 3rd and 9, and we call draw to our NFL coming out early quarterback, and he gets 2 yards. Now, to me, it just sends the wrong message. Not only is it wrong philosophically, you know, it's easy in hindsight, but you're going to have to score some points to win this game. So to run draw on 3rd and 9 with a NFL QB is just it's not smart. But it's not a great reflection either for me, for the Georgia staff to not have the confidence in him that he's not going to take a sack or take a negative play to put them in a worse off situation and not get a field goal attempt. Either way, they missed the field goal. Again, here, this is concept for me a little bit. Now, it's a nice throw, being able to come back here, look off, come back and do this. But to me, this is what most people call a surge screen. What I mean by that is all you're doing is reading usually this guy. And so we're usually going to come out here, block MDM, block MDM, block MDM, and usually going to release this tackle to kind of lead the way and block, hopefully this guy. Now, they look confused here to me because that's not what they're doing. They're doing everything but the tackle. So they're trying to throw the screen here, blocking, blocking, blocking. But now the guy who's actually got the back is free. And it looks like we're going to let this defensive end just kind of get blocked right here at the line of scrimmage. Well, to throw a slant up top, and the reason why I think this is because his footwork doesn't match up to a slant. Come up here, and he's going to come up here and hit this little delay stutter slant thing, or just a slant versus press. But you would never do this draw and look this way and go full field read on a quick game. You just don't. At least not if you want to play quarterback at a high level or offense at a high level. You see what I mean here? It looks like screen down here to the bottom. They just can't get it sorted out. He's able to do a nice job, if that is what it is, some sort of variation of surge screen, coming back, finding the slant. I think you should leave 92, go block 6. Looks like that's what he's trying to do. Again, really nice job. Quick decision, quick twitch. He's got some quick twitch. And he's able to when he gets set, he's obviously able to be really accurate. Super successful college player. Middle field closed, man. We're taking a shot down the field. There it is. Now we get a winner from the slot, where before we didn't get a winner. It's a big time throw. Love his footwork here. He's not able to get through the throw. Tight, no heel click at the back end of his drop. Watch the back end of his drop. Whoop. Quick reset. Just flick it. Great arm action. Get the ball out with a big old dude coming right down your face. Accurate, ripped drive throw down the field. Really nice play. Excellent play. See it from the back end. Nothing easy about this. Little play action. get a big old yellow white flash in front of your face. Again, flipping the ball. It's just boom. Can't get step through it. That's really nice. This is playing quarterback in the league. Boom. Can't even follow through. Really nice. That's great. That's good stuff. You just want to see it consistent. So far in this game, it hasn't been anywhere near consistent. And we come back again, and for me, this is another scheme concern. And at this point, it feels like it's an issue. You know, this is just personal preference. Talk about this play. I'm a big fan of this play, fake jet sweep, and we're going to take a shot down the field. But again, this is in the white. This is a never in history ball. If he catches that, he's out of bounds. So at some point, it's a scheme thing for me. Now, the other thing I'll say about this is, and this is just personal preference to a certain extent, but go with me here. If we're blocking the edge with the tight end, we lose this ability to get across the field either with a double post or a seam. So if you're going to come up here and run this double post, and then we're trying to get the ball here on the wheel up the sideline. But if you keep this tight end into block, which secures the edge, I agree with you, but really it allows this corner to come off because now he's not threatened, the middle field player is not threatened by the number 2 vertically. So there's nobody here in the seam area. So now when he comes up to run this post, the corner can almost tether off and feel it because he knows he can pass that thing off because he's not threatened vertically. So to me, I would love to have seen this come up and really be a double post, and now we're going to hit him with the wheel up the sideline. I've also seen this play. In fact, I've run it at a high school level where it's a seam, go, seam right here, which I like too. Just different ways to do it, but when you keep the tight end into block, yeah, you have an extra protector, but the guy you're faking is that end. He should be going with the fake. You can also have the jet sweep faker block him if you want to. So again, scheme. But the ball out of bounds is something you don't expect to see at this level, this consistent. So far we've already had 2. I think that there are 4. Just a tough call into the boundary, flipping the ball. I mean, there's nobody around him. I know that the guy's running his route to not give you much space, but you got to throw that ball in bounds. So we come back again, and to me, I can't tell if this is an error by alignment, by assignment, by what, but this is not the play that you want to run. So this is often called bash. Basically means back away. So we're going this way. We're reading this defender right here. This quarterback is taking it, and if this defender gets up the field at all, he's going to pull it, and he's running. Now, normally you don't see it tethered with inside zone right here, but that's all this is. So we're going this way. We're riding and deciding, staring right here at this guy. If he can tackle the bash, we pull it, and we run behind the offensive line. Now, I'm not sure you want to do this. You know, I wonder if they're set up correctly and not running it the wrong way because the offensive line is blocking it to the right. That's for the quarterback. Now, if they were to do it the other way, where the back was going to be the inside zone runner, it'd just be zone read. But I'm not sure. I have no idea what this is. So this is a combination. Poor decision from, poor design. I mean, you know, he's getting up. He's going to tackle the bash for sure right there. You have to pull that ball. I mean, that's like a sorry, buddy. Or else you just don't like that guy. Because that's a bad read. Look at him. He's like, Fromm's like, what? I mean, everybody's going to the right. Just, you got to keep it. I don't think they do a whole lot of straight up zone read quarterback run stuff with him. I might be wrong, but I haven't seen any in this game. And that's just a really poor RPO read at the point of attack. So again, just consistently inconsistent at this point. Now we're flipping the ball. Moving to his left. He does have a nice ability to throw from kind of unbalanced platforms, which I think is a great skill to have. What I mean by that is he's moving to his left here and he just kind of flicks it. He's got a great flick. The Rubik's Cube thing, though, it's got to go. I mean, it's not going to work. I really think he'll be able to be a more accurate passer when he just settles his hands a little. So next series, let's see what the score is at this point, because it feels like it's getting out of whack. And even if it does get out of whack, I still think that there are elements that are worth watching. So now we're in 3rd and 6, only down 11, but could start snowballing. Sure feels like it's about to. We got 2-man, easy to see. We got bunch, back to 2x2. Love this play. So this is a variation of a few different plays. I know in the air raid world, this looks like a variation of mesh, but this is a pretty cool play. I'll talk about it here. So what I think they got going on here is we're faking the jet sweep this way, and really we've got it's almost like a double mesh. I'll give you a better drawing. Over the ball right here, and then we're going to run mesh, which is just this little rub pick thing that I'm not going to go over the details of, about this way, and then the primary is right out here on this little shoot rail, whatever you want. So oftentimes it's 1, 2, sometimes 3 if it's zone, 4, and then you can almost get all the way back to the check down on the other side, 5. That's a big full field read, but in reality what you're trying to do is hit this back, coming out the backfield on basically double picks right here. So they dress it up with the jet sweep motion. Nice little variation of it. Really nice throw. Nice job. It's a great scheme to get your skill guys, especially when you have great running backs, the ball on the edge quickly, going downhill. Nice throw. Big time execution. You're going to play this play in the league. Nice job being able to just get it out there, flick it. No hitch, no reset. Ball flip though. Really nice throw. Nice play. So, nice down. Come back, 1st and 10. I don't know if there was a penalty or what. These are just little stop routes on the outside, usually like 9 or 10 yards. You run it like a wide receiver, like it's a go route. I don't like saying fade, but like a bump fade. 1, 2, 3, no hitch throw. That's a beautiful throw. Nice anticipation. See if I can pause it right when he lets it go. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Way before the wide receiver's coming out of it. See him up top. Great anticipation. Oh no, he skipped it. Well, he had the right timing. Man, that's a bad ball. Oh, Nelly. You'd love to see him make that throw, especially from the middle of the field. Just no excuse for skipping that thing. Throwing a T-ball at the guy's ankles. Again, the accuracy is something that I had heard a lot about. You just don't see it on the film. You know, to me, he's toesy. He's not getting all of his cleats in the ground at the back end. Right there. Not really lined up. No dovetail. And the thing just comes off. Sinkers on him. Again, I do love his body language, though. You can tell he's competitive. He knows exactly what he's doing. Watch him after he throws it. Yeah. Oh. Yikes. That's a bad miss. 2nd and 10. It's going to be hard to win games when you're missing throws like that. At this level, in perfect conditions inside. Again, 2nd and long. Just a little shallow. Put it right on him. Again, I like his ability to throw off uneven platforms. I'm not sure he had to do that right here. What I mean by that is he just kind of flicks it. He's got a great arm flick. Just dink. Again, did he get cut? How do he almost leg whipped big 62 from the back by accident here? Again, you've got guys at his feet. He's able to kind of doesn't have to step into it. He just kind of flicks it, moving backwards. Boom. Love it. Those unorthodox throwing positions are part of the game. And they always have been, but now people are more conscious of them. But Fromm's got a great ability to kind of move his arm angles and just kind of flick it, and is strong enough to be able to get away with a lot of those throws. Really nice seam route here from the down here at the bottom of the screen, number 2. Just right around that first level defender. See how he does his feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. To me, I mean, for every offense I've ever been in, which is a lot, this is a 3-step drop. So it looks like to me he's taken 5-ish here, almost like 5 quick. And really you want this thing to come in here and come right in here. I'm assuming that this is middle field closed. I forget exactly how it happened, but you want to wrap it right off whoever this underneath defender is, whether it's this guy or this guy. Someone's going to be right here. You want to anticipate that thing and put it right on him really quickly. Drive throw, something that most young guys are really good at because they can see it and rip it. Boom. To me, it's late because the footwork is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that little shorty, it's like 3 and then 2 tap dances. It's not the way that I think 99% of offenses throw seams. You wouldn't throw it off this type of footwork. It would be 3 and a quick hitch, or even 3 and a no hitch. Again, Rubik's cubing the ball, just again late, a little behind him. But to me, you know, is it scheme? Is it him like doing his own footwork, going Patrick Mahomes on us? Like, I don't think it probably is. I think it's probably a little bit of both, from the structure of the offense to, you just don't see people miss that many footwork things. I mean, that must be how they're teaching him to do it. And here's the one deep ball that he throws and leaves inbounds, and it gets picked. 1, 2, 3. Again, the footwork to me just doesn't look 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 and a bounce around. He's late. He's not able to get enough in it. Comes out flat. But again, his guy's just not winning either. Like, you don't have to throw it. We're also jogging down here at the bottom of the screen with this wide receiver. And we're jogging everywhere. You know, to me, this ball probably has to go versus quarters, and you run 2x2 all go, unless you love it on the outside, which it is bump, but that corner's pretty good. He's got to win. You don't just take your drop and chuck it, which he does right here. But this ball's got to go to the back on a check down. Now, the back doesn't even get out, but at least he put that one in bounds. You know, you got to have a wide receiver go out there and protect you a little bit. Again, to me, this footwork is not correct. 1, 2, 3, 5 to throw a go. You just don't, you just don't do it. You know, it makes me feel like he's not, I don't want to blame his coaches. It could just be him going rogue, but that's not how most people throw go routes. So now we're into the next series, 3x1. You know, been a bit of a rough outing here. This is a great 2-man call here. So we're going to get a rub by the 3 and the 2 down here at the bottom of the screen. So right here, it looks like, I think we're going to get a little rub right here on this defender, and we're going to sneak right underneath there with the number 2. So basically it's just a little switch release. Great 2-man call. Great right before the half. I think this is right before the half. There it is. Oh, behind him. Yikes. 1, 2. Again, for me, the footwork is just, it's not even. It's like a 1 and then it's like a half drop. He's taking his second step like right at the first step. So it's not really a drop. It's more of just like a 3 in place. And it's hard to play quarterback when your feet aren't consistent and tethered to the concepts down the field. So when your feet are all over the place, up underneath you, creates so many uneven throwing. I mean, that's wide open. Man, that's a bad miss. That feels like it should be a huge hitter. I'm going to go back and watch it from the wide. Yeah, this play just feels like it should be a massive hitter right up the middle. And unfortunately, he's able to just throw it behind him because his feet aren't underneath him and aren't even and rhythmical. And he's not able to be tethered up to what the concept is down the field, and it causes him to be a little behind him. He's also staring at him, which is really hard to throw slants or any in-breaking route when you're staring at the receiver. You're almost always going to throw it behind him. It almost looks like it got tipped too, before people go nuts on me in the comments. 90 got his paw on it, didn't he? Yep. Never mind. Take backs. Still don't love the drop. 2nd and long, right before half. You know, at this point, you just got to get a completion. Not looking for anything special here. This game's about to get, if it's already not, out of whack. Love his pocket presence. Knows right where he is, right at the line of scrimmage. No panic. Only rushing 3. Stay alive. Oh, that's a big time throw. See it from the back end. He's able to fit that thing right in. And granted, it doesn't amount to anything because it's right before half. But still, you got to be able to make that throw, and he does. He trusts his arm. I love his presence. Again, only rushing 3. You know, you got all sorts of time. Come back. Under control. Rubik's Cube. No, right before the line of scrimmage. Boom. Look at that throw. If I can slow it down. Oh, right there. Beautiful. So good on so many levels. And that's the first half. By using the code TheQBSchool at SeatGeek and get $20 off your first purchase. I appreciate the support for the channel. All right, second half here for Jake Fromm. LSU down 17, SEC championship game. Things haven't gone great the first half by any means, but I think that there are some things that we can use to start being able to pull some things apart and really analyze and examine where Fromm's at as far as, you know, things getting a little squeezed right here. Love the fact that he can get vertical, protect the ball, doesn't make any rash decisions, gets a big chunk of it right at the field going forward. Again, really smart decision making. Yeah, some interceptions, some questionable, you know, throws throughout the game, but the pure decision making, you know, the Rubik's Cube, this is his own issue. But there's not a lot of winners out there. He's able to get up the field, keep his head, vision down the field, moving forward. I really like it. He's athletic enough. You know, he's not going to go out there and Lamar Jackson you, but he is going to be able to get, you know, wiggle out of tight spaces, get yards up the field, keep you ahead of the chains. Put together a few nice throws in a row right here. Again, we come back with the little 9 stop or just a stop route off a vertical stem. The timing of it is good. He's letting that thing go early. Well, contact down the field. Can't catch it for him. It's a pretty good player on both sides of the ball right there. That's a real NFL rep. Nothing easy about it. He's not wide open. Put it on him, give his guy a chance. Can't make the play. That's not on Fromm. Second and long. 3-by-1, motion to 2-by-2. Kick it over to middle field, closed. Again, running that little rail or bullets route out the backfield. Love how he's able to just flick it. Look at the delivery here. This is great. No heel click. Can't step through it. Just torque right there, coil, get it out, and throw a seed. Just a good enough ball. Doesn't lead his guy into trouble. That's a great play. He's got flashes of this stuff, and this stuff is direct carryover to what it's like playing quarterback in the NFL. Not everything's going to be perfect, but you make good decisions. I mean, you look at that, taking the L right there at right guard. Big number 8 goes, whoop! Oh, that's a great throw. Can't step into it. Can't even follow through at all. Just flick. That helps that it's on the boundary in college, but still, that's a nice play. 1st and 10. Putting together a few nice plays in a row here coming out at halftime. Middle field closed, man. Again, at this point, LSU is kind of giving them the double middle finger on the outsides, just saying, we're just more athletic than you are. It should look like a penalty right there. Not a lot good there. Again, just from the back end, his drop, I mean, we've talked about it now a handful of times. The ball flip for no reason. And then to me, it's one thing to have your eyes down the middle of the field, but to me, it looks like he's almost reading that to the opposite side. You know what I mean? Like, watch his eyes go all the way to the other hash. That's not looking off. That's not looking down the middle of the field. That's looking to throw to the left. All to come back to throw basically a stop to the right, which is really hard to do. He's toesy. Look at him up on his back toes back there at the back of his drop. Now, granted, he's got guys in his face, got probably PI out there too. But there's just a lot going on. Like, it doesn't look smooth or in control as much as I would have thought. And I know who they're playing. I know it's not easy. But it looks like his head's a little bit all over the place. His feet are a little all over the place. He's missing some throws all over the place. This is another one for me it's just not a good look. So we're running a speed out to the top, and it's there. For some reason, we're taking a 5-step drop, though. So I'll slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody, you just can't do that. Whether that's in the offense, that's how he's being taught, is bad. That's what he's doing, it's bad. You're going to be late always. Fortunate that it's an absolute perfect throw, or else that thing is 6 the other way. Now you do all that. You take a 5-step drop, no hitch to throw a speed out, really a 10-yard speed out, and all you get is 3 yards because the guy, you're basically running a reverse curl and you don't even catch it. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some structural concerns here with this offense, and I know that they've addressed it, but, you just don't see a 5 no-hitch speed out to the sideline, to the far side for 4 yards. It's just you just don't see it at any level of football. I guess he did catch it. Middle field open, 2-man. Oh, it's 4th down. Got to get it. Gives your guy a chance. Nice. Now, to me, you got 2 runaways to it. Either of these corner routes are probably better throws. Again, good job. Really nice job climbing the pocket, borderline getting almost into the center, but just enough. Good pocket presence. Mobility gives your guy a chance down the field. That's a great play. I think you had some options down the field, but if you can't see it or whatever happens, you're not comfortable throwing it, get it to the next guy. But the pocket presence, again, you see how he's looking left here? To me, like, there's a reason to stay left there. You don't look anybody off in 2-man is what I'm talking about, I guess. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. So this is a gotta have it down. 2-man. We got 2 corners going by the number 3 at the bottom and the number 1 up top. Either one of them right here are going to be open. Definitely the one up top where he's looking. He's already beat him. You got that whole sideline. Just throw it out there on like the 15-yard line. But all right, if you don't want to do it, don't have to. Nice job coming down and giving your guy a chance on. I gotta have it down. At this point, the game is over if you don't get this. It might be over regardless, but still out there competing. But just the head movement, where he's looking, wide, coming down off guys. I know he's getting popped and nothing's easy back there. They're playing faster. They're probably better on the perimeter. But that doesn't change the quarterback's mechanics and reads necessarily. So again, we come back and we got, issues again. To me, we got issues at right tackle. We're taking an L. Nice Freeney. But it looks to me like he's looking to the left on this little out corner. And 1, 2, 3, you got to either throw the flat right now up top. So what I mean by this is I'll stop it at the back end, but just so we're good on the concept. This is a concept you'll run in the league. This is just a quick out or a flat right here with a little switch release 7 right here, or corner. And all you do is read whoever's out here. If they give you this, throw it. If not, if anybody comes down on this, you got this corner. Just lay it out halfway in the end zone right on the sideline. Pause it right at the top of his drop. See what his decision should be. Right there. I mean, the ball goes to the flat. If you think the corner has his feet squatted, which he certainly does, and the guy was squatting all night, throw it over his head. But he's trying to tweener you. If he's trying to tweener you, you got to throw it to the flat. No, there's nothing you can do when someone's at your feet like that. But you would think that he would if he was throwing that flat, to just take 3, hitch, and get it out. It just looks like, for whatever reason, everything's a day late and a dollar short. And it's not a lot, but when you get at this level with this type of speed, this is essentially an NFL defense. Nice job protecting the ball, though. Don't make a bad play a disaster. So 3-by-1, middle field closed. Bump man. Oh, got him. Nice. Up top, I'm talking about. Best release fade. Beautiful right there. He's sitting on the outside. You best release him, meaning you can go inside or out. Got him. Really nice throw. No follow through. Just boop. No hitch. That's a dime. Oh, he didn't catch it. That's a disaster. And really, that's kind of the theme of the night, right? Like it's not just Fromm. He's had some disaster drops. We basically have had 3 touchdowns dropped. I mean, 2 of them would have had some serious yak, but they were massive plays. This is a drop touchdown. Now that looks like a decisive throw. Catch it, hold eyes right down the middle, come back, throw. Perfect trajectory, give your guy a chance in the end zone, got to catch it. My corner's just eating him up. 1st and 10 next series. Middle field closed. Man, so easy to see. Oh, Nelly. And there it is. No, I'm not a huge fan of quick outs to begin with. 3 no hitch. I mean, 24 at this point is taking over the game. He's not even pedaling. He's literally giving you 2 middle fingers right on the 3, saying you will not go by me. And sure enough, they don't. Did he catch it too? Jeez. So, a certain amount of this is on the play caller. A certain amount of it is on the quarterback. Balls, you just can't throw it if you feel like the defender's going to make a plan and going the other way. If you do, you just get through your reads, throw the check down, find somewhere else, get to number 2. Probably not a whole lot of guys were out there sitting on that guy all year. But that's what corners do when they think that they're better athletes than you are. Just dare you to go by him. And when you do go by him, you pick him off too. Or you throw it out of bounds. So at this point, the game's borderline, there it is, just to watch it one more time. Just because, it is one of those things where there's just no excuse. You can't throw it. You can't call it, really. It's on both the play caller and the quarterback, but you'd hope the quarterback would protect him and not throw a quick out to a squatting corner. But at this point, this thing is basically out of whack. Again, to me, it's a little late because it's a quick out and he's taken 3. That's why I showed it twice. I was trying to remember why I showed it twice. To me, this is a quick out. The ball's on the 25. He runs this thing at 5 yards. Now, granted, he's got a terrible formation where he's 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, but that's 7-yard quick out max. You don't take 3-step drops to throw this. This is a catch and throw. So I feel like they're adding 2 extra steps to all their stuff outside the numbers, and it's allowing LSU to make these plays. Now, LSU's got some playmakers, to say the least, on the perimeter. DBU, but you got to give yourself a chance. You can't come out there and do this at any level, let alone the SEC championship game against the number 1 team in the country. To me, the system is slow. He's taking 2 extra steps every time he throws it outside the numbers. So now we got 45 seconds left, 3rd quarter. This is where you kind of, the reason I want to keep showing this is because this is where you see the true character of guys. Scouts are going to watch these type of games. They want to see people compete. They want to see if you stop. They want to see if you rally the troops. They want to see how you handle yourself when the chips are down, when everybody needs you. There's nothing easy about being down 30 points in the SEC championship game to a far superior team having one of the best seasons ever. But they're hitting you with corner blitzes. Up 30. Get out of here. You're able to see it. No, adjust to it. That's a penalty. Nice job at least seeing it. Really nice job by the running back here. Seeing the corner blitz to our right. Offense is left. Block it up. Take a shot. See it. Again, I love the vision. He thought he had a touchdown. Look at him. Either way. No, he thinks he just got a flag. Either way, it's a nice job of being able to see it. I love the vision. Eyes down the field. He, for the most part, to me, I thought he threw it to the right guy pretty often. Just some of the throws themselves, I think, were a concern. Now, right here, again, at what point, to me, this is 4 verticals, 2 by 2. This is a 3 and a hitch. Not a 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that drop is. I don't know what that drop is. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing. And now, because he's not hitching up, He's so far back, the edge rusher is able to get around the corner and get him. So whose fault is that? Is it Fromm? Is it the coordinator? Is it the offensive line coach? Is it the left tackle? The head coach? I can't give you an honest evaluation. I can tell you that you're probably not going to take that drop and throw a seam route or a go route anywhere in the NFL. It's a bad look. It's just a bad look. All right, we're in the fourth quarter now, and I know this game's getting a little out of whack here for the Bulldogs, but I still think it's really important evaluation-wise. There's a lot of really good snaps to be able to see him compete in really uncomfortable situations, and this is what the league is going to do to you sometimes. This is what scouts want to see. This is what personnel people want to see. They want to see how you react, perform when things aren't going your way. Again, Rubik's Cube, whoop, whoop. Love the vision down the field, able to throw from unbalanced, kind of unorthodox throws. I love these throws. These are probably one of my most favorite things that he does besides competing and winning. Able to throw from all sorts of different platforms. Big fourth down here. 2x2, middle field closed, man. Again, that little rail pick play out here to the bottom of the screen. Put it on him. Nice play. Nice play call. Big time play. One of my favorite plays. Just go in there and really get a pick. I want to say it was number 1, but coming out to the back. Right there, you got a C6 going to cover him. Middle linebacker. Make him go under. There it is. Got him. Nice job taking advantage of the edge matchups. Anytime you play man, you're going to get those pick situations, and especially in gotta have it short yardage situations. Now, to me, I put this in here. There's a handful of these now. If you've watched the whole video, there are just some scheme question marks for me. Like, I have no idea what this play is. This play looks like it's some sort of RPO, but if you break it down, it really looks like it's just a toss right with the right tackle and tight end, and the offensive line from the right guard over is blocking something else. It's bad. This bad ball. And so, like, I would want to get Fromm on the board and be like, what is this play? Because maybe he can explain it better than I can. But to me, this looks like the offensive line from the right guard over to our right is blocking inside zone. And the right tackle and tight end are blocking toss. Nobody does any of it. So if we're going to read 97 for whatever he does, I mean, he's the one that makes the tackle because the tight end can't get a block. This is just, for me, I don't want to kick a guy who's down or no longer in a job, but this is bad ball. And I know the game's out of whack, but still, you want to see sound offense, even if you're down 30 plus. At least try to understand what they're doing. Middle field closed. 2 middle fingers. Nice job with the slant. Again, this is what I think of when I think of Georgia Fromm. Accurate, quick decisions, quick throws, correct footwork from gun. One step, throw it, rip it, right on him. Although, still this route, he comes in there and is that an in or a slant? It almost looks like an in the way that he's like shuffling it in there. You'd love to see him hit that thing on a slant and go and break those tackles with speed and tempo, getting vertical. But again, I love to see him match up concept with footwork, no ball flip, accurate, right on him. That's what if I was playing quarterback and I was Fromm, that's what I'd want to see from both myself and the play caller. 2x2, spread out, middle field closed, man. This looks like 4 verticals. Again, 4 verticals, if you're not going to win outside, you got to throw the check down. And check down's not getting out. That's amateur hour from the tailback. 5 one-on-one blocks going to be really tough to hold up. The right tackle doesn't. Again, you got to hope that you're going to get a winner here at somewhere. Right now, you got 0 winners. So you got to be able to make a good decision. Never in history. Now, that's a half throwaway, but that's at least the 3rd ball thrown out of bounds. If you turn on a Sunday, and I don't care if you turn on anybody, you don't see 3 balls thrown out of bounds like this. You just don't. And so, is it a disqualifier? No, but I would want to know why. I would want to, you'd have to explain, you'd have to get on the board and explain what's going on. What are you thinking? What's the You know, again, this is a perfect example. 2nd and long, man, middle field closed. Nobody's winning. There's nowhere to throw the ball. Number 1, push down, falls. Number 2 up top, not open. You go from the full field read, left, no, right, yes. That's a strike. That's a really nice throw. You got to catch it. I mean, you've had massive, significant drops. So compounding, you know, quarterback accuracy, play calling, offensive structure, system. Look at the throw. Look at the footwork, though. Like, it's just a flick of his arm. He's not stepping that way. He's not following through. He's just coiling and ripping that thing on a strike. Those are great things to see. That's what you want to see. He's throwing from a bunch of different angles, but his guys are dropping it. They're not converting. I don't care if they're down 30. You're still competing. This is the highest level. Again, to me, this is a structural issue. Bottom of the screen, number 1, running a shallow across the field versus man, you got to keep running. There is no offense where you stop like this. Okay? Especially when the quarterback throws you to keep running. So I'll show it from the back end here. This is just probably a variation of drive or shallow. Doesn't matter what it is. There's a shallow cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's throwing it like he's going to keep running. And then the wide receiver pulls up. And that's on coaching. That's on execution. That's not on the quarterback. Versus man-to-man, you got to keep running. 99.9% of offenses at any level. 4th down, got to have it. Free play, great. Take a shot. Throw it up on the sideline. Ooh, beautiful throw. Borderline never in history, but that's just a great catch. My goodness. Did he catch it? What a great catch. Free play, take a shot, smart, high football IQ, good vision, good awareness, good accuracy. Lots of good on this play. Love it. No hesitation, rip. Beautiful catch. My goodness. Good throw, better catch. 1st and 10. I mean, so we still got a lot of this game to go. There's 12 minutes left. You know, again, I don't love this footwork. So to me, this is a 3-step drop. He gets what? 1 yard? 2 yards on a 3-step drop? He's just taking his 3-step drop looks muddled to me. So it's 1 and then 2 is under him, 3 is under him for nothing. And he's late. So like if you're going to take a shorty, 1, 2, 3, you got to rip it out there. That's got to score. You know, right here, that scores. Instead, it's late, soft, you throw a changeup, and he's out of bounds at the 7, 6, 5. That scores. You know, the trajectory, that thing needs to snap off your hand, not come out all funky. Look at the drop. Funky, comes out. Look at the trajectory. Looks like he's throwing a fade. Ooh. I don't think anybody's ever going to say he's got the strongest arm in the world, but that's a throw you got to drive everything you can to give yourself a touchdown. Squeeze formation, 2 by 2. Here they come. Heat you up, 0. Get rid of it. Oh, Nelly. So you got to have answers versus 0. You got to know where you're hot. They're basically in what I would call some sort of bear. I think the left tackle misses a squeeze opportunity. You got to throw it. That's on the quarterback. Oh, that was almost a beautiful play. Was he trying to get it to 1? I mean, look at the crosshair down at the bottom of the screen here. Number 1, he's just running a little 45-degree across. He's going to walk. Oh, he gets picked too. Oh, what a great play. What a cool play. So it's like double crosshairs with like an option or something down here to the bottom. I like this play. Man, it's tough to miss wide open touchdowns like that. Then he sees him right at the last second. He just can't get it to him. But again, to me, this is one of those things that's a little concerning, right? So I get it. You're down 30, you know, but they're still bringing it. They're playing defense. They're in a bear front. It's empty. You got 5 guys blocking. They bring 6. Once that linebacker 6 or 8 come, you know you're going to get hot. Great job by the left guard squeezing. Whereas the right tackle needs to be on 91. So I feel like I'm talking faster than most people will be able to figure it out here. So we got 5 offensive linemen blocking. I think the back is straight out, so I'm not going to count them. So they're in what I consider a bear, meaning the core is covered. Doesn't matter who it is. Got 2 other guys at the line of scrimmage, 2 linebackers. Okay, versus 5 guys blocking. So they're going to take the 5 most dangerous. Right here, right here. He's going to have set inside right here, but he's got this gap too. So it's really, if you look at the math-wise here, defensively, we got 3 guys blocking over here. We've got 4 guys that are a threat. So they're going to take the 3 most dangerous. So once 6 comes up into the A gap, we should get a squeeze by both these guys. Down, down. Make this guy be the free runner coming off the edge. You don't want free runners through the A and the B gap in any pass pro, let alone empty at the goal line. There it is. Nice job by the left guard. Not good job by the left tackle. And we got a free runner. Either way, the quarterback's going to be hot. He looks like he doesn't know he's hot. He looks like he's looking right for some reason. So not a good play from Fromm by any means. Awareness, ability to finish that thing right at the last second. So close to making a great play too. But I get nervous when I see quarterbacks don't know that they're hot, especially in 0. You got to have an awareness of how you're going to be blocked up. This is a great throw. Fortunate, a little high. This looks like a straight up RPO. You like the matchup out here. Looks like they've got a slant or fade on. Can't tell what he's doing. He's going to looking back. He's got him though. Great job by Fromm, just ripping it. I mean, it's one of the best things he does. He's got that quick twitch, quick coil, just flick. It's a great skill to have and get you out of a lot of bad jams. Look at that arm angle. What a great throw. Really nice. A lot to be really excited about. It's just obviously this game didn't go their way on a number of levels, but there's a lot to be desired as far as consistency at a high level here, especially playing against this type of defense. Now, even when you're overmatched, you can control what you can control, meaning your drops, meaning your reads. Again, this is the same play we saw them run a handful of times. This is just that rail play. I'm used to calling it a bullets concept, but it's called a bunch of different things where we're getting this guy out on the edge. We're looking to get usually run through and some sort of pick right here where he comes back out, almost like a little whip route. So really the read is 1. So he's going to go in there and try to rub or pick that guy, and then he's going to come out 2. Sometimes there's a guy who goes and sits over the ball, and then sometimes a guy comes from the other side. They've run this a bunch this game. You got to throw this ball right here. If for some reason they cover it and sit on it or hang down here, then this ball becomes down the field, and it's on the quarterback to hold that middle field player. But you can't miss touchdown opportunities like this. This is a missed touchdown for me. This is a vision thing. You got to throw that ball down the field. It's got to go to the tailback down the field for a touchdown. You don't get opportunities like that where he's running through the zoo there to try to cover him for a touchdown. That play, you just got to be careful because your eyes are always on that, in that direction, that middle field player can occasionally make a play. If you leave that thing up with like a 7-iron, you got to drive that thing with like a 4-iron right on the back. Got to throw it though. Can't miss it. Can't come off early. That's a penalty on 24 too. He's grabbing him. Again, to me, this film is just reeks of inconsistency. Now, there are some great things there, like this. Perfect pocket presence. They're only rushing 3. I'm going to stay back here and make a play. Looks like Brady, calm, understanding, but he just missed a touchdown the play before. So it's like that kind of like yin and yang of some big missed opportunities. Yeah, and it was a team thing. It wasn't just Fromm by any means. But this is a great film to watch against a high-quality opponent in a really meaningful situation. And to come out and not play your best game and to wonder why. And I think that there are some valid concerns about the structural elements of the offense, his footwork, his accuracy. This is a dime right here, though. Game's out of reach. We got a best release go up top. I don't love that skip release thing. Just want to go, accelerate, stack them. But that's a dime. You got to catch it. They make nice play on the ball, but you got to catch it. That's now at least 4 big drops down the field. Massive drops. But again, the footwork for me, that's not a drop. That's not a clean drop. You don't want to go 1, 2, 3 and like semi-roll just because you feel 90 coming right there. You just don't feel that. You got to take your step, trust it, and let it go. There's just a recipe for bad habits going 1, 2, 3, little quarter roll, shifting that way. It works out there. But you can't be consistent playing the position like that. That's what the thing I'm getting at is I'm looking for more consistency, especially in this film. You know, going back and going to have to watch other games of him play, that would be the thing I would want to see more of, because there are flashes. Absolutely. There are elements you could definitely play on Sunday with this package. But can you do it consistently? Can you make the plays that are there to be made consistently, or do you keep throwing the ball out of bounds? I mean, that's now what? 4th or 5th one, and never in the history of football, and he's done it 4 times in the SEC championship game. You know, it's concerning. It is, and so it's a combination of all those things. It's not just him, but it's a lot him, and this performance for sure. I mean, that would have landed outside the white. All right, so that's a wrap. Jake Fromm didn't go his way the SEC championship game, had a great career at Georgia, does a lot of things that are really exciting. And I think that the offensive structure system that he was in didn't help him enough. But when he's in the pocket and he's making throws from off-balance angles and he's got the ball where he wants it, he's able to really deliver from a bunch of different planes. He's athletic enough in the pocket to make a lot of plays. His teammates didn't help him in the SEC championship game, but he threw a number of balls that really gave them an opportunity to be in that game early. You can't catch it for him, as Jeff Blake used to say to me all the time on the practice squad for the Bears. You can't catch it for him. All you can do is drop it in, and that's what he did a handful of times. Now, a handful of times he dropped it into the front row, and never in history balls outside the field of play. But for the vast majority of time, he's back there making plays, fighting on really a team that was outmatched at just about every single position. So, yeah, not the greatest film in the world for Fromm, but I still think that there's a lot to like. And someone's going to really take a gamble on him, and he's going to go in there and push probably a starter and compete and probably go in there and have a great chance to have a great NFL career. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.